Hey guys, what's up? This is Inventor Guy 16. I just want to apologize for not doing videos in a really long time. I know it's been a half a year almost since I've done videos. I'm going to try to get back into it. Life has just been really busy recently with work and with stuff going on our property and just life in general. So I just haven't had much to really do videos on recently, and haven't really been kind of in the mood to do videos recently, honestly. But today I got a bit of a treat for you guys, and today is a video on my Permobil F5 custom power chair. So I actually got this chair alongside with my Jazzy HD power chair that I did a video on. I think that was actually the last video I did, but I did a video on that one, and I got this one along with it for about 300 bucks, I believe, for the two of them. But this one was in awful shape. It was missing, the inhibitor plug. It was missing all kinds of body panels, and it was kind of in pieces, actually. I kind of had to put it back together almost, but basically, the people I got it from bought it secondhand from somebody else, and it wasn't working, and the dad or whoever tried to fix it, and he had no idea what the heck he was doing, and he actually made things worse instead of fixing them. But I got it, and I got it working, basically, I had it working, and it got rained on, and it destroyed one of my controllers. So I had it sitting over at my station over there where I work on stuff. I had it sitting over there for about probably 6 months, honestly, and I haven't messed with it since. So I was really upset about it because it had broke, and I was just annoyed and pissed because it broke down, and I didn't have any way of, wasn't really able to use it because I wasn't able to use the servo functions, which that's what Permobil is really known for, is the fact that they're literally Cadillacs. Like, they can recline, they can lay flat, they can do all kinds of cool stuff. So the controller for the servos, which do all that, got rained on it, destroyed it. So and it just took me forever to finally try to fix it or replace it or whatever. I bought one off of eBay for $200, and it didn't work, and I was so bummed out about it. And I just kind of was like, okay, you know, screw this. I'm just going to try to make my own, because I have a good knowledge on how to make circuits and all that stuff. And I'll show you. It's a very basic concept, but it's kind of hard to execute because of the way it works. But anyway, I got it working. So, but there's nothing on here that's Permobil. None of the electronics are Permobil based. So the original controller was mounted in the back right here, and the previous owner or whoever cut the motor wires because he's trying to diagnose it and fix it. I don't know what he was doing, but he tried to fix it, and he cut the motor wires and all that stuff. It was a mess and all that stuff. And I managed to test out the controller, and it had that stupid thing where it needs the inhibit plug in order to work, and I didn't have it. I couldn't find it online, and I was just kind of through with it. I already had a controller from a different chair. This is actually the one that came off of that Jazzy HD chair. So I put that one on here. It's just a Shark dynamic controller. They use it on the Invacairs and all that stuff. So I put that controller on here. I made my own wiring harness, just cutting the ends and splicing a bunch of connectors and all that stuff to be able to make this work. And it's been working fine ever since. So, and then the batteries just, they're not the ones that Permobil uses. They're just 35 amp hour AGM batteries. And then for the seat controller, because it doesn't have one anymore, or it doesn't have the original, I had to go through and open up each of these servo motors and connect directly to the motor wires, because each of these servos has a circuit board in them, and that's how they work. They communicate with the controller, and they kind of have the ability to tell where their position is, so you don't bottom them out or overextend them or burn them out or whatever. So they have a 3-prong wire, but I had to go in there and connect to the primary motor wires, and then run it to the bus bar across the other side. But basically, my controller is a whole bunch of relays. There's 5 relays. Each one controls one of the servo functions, and in the back there's a speed controller. So that is what this that's what this Cat 5 cable is used for. There's two of them actually. This one is for the for the speed controller because it has 8 wires. 5 for the potentiometer, which controls the speed, and then 3 for the forward reverse switch. So that's why I needed that speed controller, is to be able to reverse the function of these servos, because relays, as you know, they're just an on-off switch. So I had to have a way of reversing the polarity, and that's part of what the speed controller does, as well as let me slow down the servo so I don't overextend my servos or burn them up. So, but basically I built this little plate here and bought all this stuff off of Amazon. This plate was just from a piece of a scooter I had a long time ago. Saved it, and I cut it and drilled all these holes and put these switches in here. These are just momentary button switches, and you can hear and maybe even see, yeah, you can see that servo click and light up. Or not the servo, the relay click and light up. So they're all just wired in, and each button controls one relay, which controls a function of the chair. Like this one here controls this servo up front, which raises the seat up. So I'll just go ahead and show you that. So this one here just raises that up. And then the second one tilts the chair forward, because this is actually a standing wheelchair. You can stand up in it. So the second one just tilts the seat forward. And then the third one does the seat rest, or the backrest. So it moves it back and forth, and then the fourth one is the legs. So it raises the legs. And then the last one extends them. So all those are controlled by these switches and those relays. And I'll tell you, it took me 3 days to wire all this crap. And you're probably wondering, where the heck are all the wires? They're actually underneath the seat. I'm not gonna take it off because I have it held down by these thigh supports. But basically, all the wiring is underneath here on top of this metal plate. You just don't see it. There's at least 10 wires under there that I had to wire up and run. So it has just 2 wires that run up from the battery that go to the speed controller, and then it forks off from that speed controller to the signal and ground on the switches for these to the relays. So these switches never see high amperage because they're just basic little tiny little switches just to activate the relays. But there's the signal switches that have their own power, and then you have power going from the controller to the relays, and then power going to the motors themselves from the controller. So, let me fix this thing. That piece of the body panel kind of came off, which is part of what the problem was. It's missing a lot of body panels, but it works. So, but basically, it works now. It's just a very rudimentary controller, but the nice thing about it is I don't have to worry if it gets rained on. It's not going to, this is so basic, it's not going to destroy it. And the only thing it might ruin is the speed controller in the back, but that's a $20 part off of Amazon. So I'm not worried about that. And these controllers, they're pretty much waterproof. My first power chair was an Invacare, and it had the same controller on it. And it was sitting in the garbage at Goodwill, getting rained on for probably a week or so before I found it, and it worked fine. So, but anyway, I'll give you guys a bit of a driving review of it, because this chair, if you guys know, Permobil, they're fast. These chairs are very fast and very capable of off-road capabilities. So we're going to get on the paved road. We had a road paved finally. It's no longer this garbage. This is just to our horse barn. But get up on the road here. There we go. So most power chairs go about this speed, which is okay. I mean, it's not horribly slow, but this chair, it hauls. This chair, I've clocked it about 8 miles an hour, which is slow, but for a power chair, is really fast. And The nice thing about it is I know it would go faster if I put a different controller in it, because this is the Shark Dynamic controller, and those controllers have, I don't know what it is. They program them to go slow. Like the turning speed on this is, if you have a mid-wheel drive, is actually pretty slow with this controller. But when I had the first controller I tried with this chair, it had so much oomph behind it. It would actually, I couldn't control it. It was like, it would jerk and all that stuff. It was so hard to control because it was so fast. So, but this one worked great for this chair. But you can see it's pretty dang fast. And it would be smoother if I had a gimbal, but the chair itself is actually very comfortable. Like, there's no jerkiness with it at all. So, very, very comfortable, very good chair. When I did get it, it was not set up for someone my size. I'm 5'4", so I'm short. So I had to adjust everything to get it to fit me, because it was for some really big guy, like at least 6 foot, probably 300 pounds by the wear and tear on some of the servo bushings that I've seen. But I had to adjust it, but that's the nice thing with it. It's a very easy, I wouldn't say easy because there's a lot to do to adjust it, but it's a very adjustable chair. It's like you can set it up for the person who needs it, that's what these bigger chairs are meant for. I mean, they're meant for people to be sitting in them for a prolonged period of time and all that stuff. And this is kind of like a little thing I added. It's actually the shift knob for a Ryobi electric one of those 40-volt Ryobi mowers, because this had a knob. I can't remember if this had a knob on it or not. It did. It had a knob, but it was one of those weird, like, mushroom palm knobs, where it's like, you can't really get a nice grip on it. This one, like, you can just, like, with the way this thing drives, I can just rest my hand on this like this and just drive it, and it's at a slant. So it literally, it's perfect for a joystick controller. So it makes it very easy to drive it. But anyway, kind of wanted to show you guys this because I'm kind of proud of it, because, I mean, I got it for nothing pretty much. Busted. Probably if someone else had it, they'd be like, this is junk, and they would have thrown it away or sold it or whatever. I got it fixed, put new tires on it and batteries and all that crap, and now it is a really nice chair. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm really sorry I haven't done videos in a really long time. Just been really busy with life. Just haven't really had the time or the desire to really make videos recently. But I finally fixed this like a day or two ago, so I wanted to do a video on this because I thought this was worthy of a video. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Stay cool, YouTube. Bye.